Today we're going to run through my 2025 TBR, and I'm so excited because last year I bought so many books that I still haven't read, which is really bad, but also so exciting. I'm also using my new box light that I got for Christmas because my room is so dark and so dull. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you little no! Let me know what books are on your 2025 TBR and let's get started. Woo! Last year was the year that I really first got into reading properly, and I really thought I was going to be a thriller girly because I love high stakes. I just need quick, fast. I need to be kept captive. Like, romances usually just don't do it for me. So I went out on loads of thrillers, which I never actually read because turns out I'm not a massive thriller person, which is unfortunate. But this year we are going to try and get more back into them. So these are two that I'm going to read this year. So I've got The Housemaid, which everyone has read. Also, it's coming out in like film or something with Amanda from Mamma Mia. So I'm obviously going to watch it, but obviously I've got to read it first because that's just like criminal otherwise. And everyone says they got through it really fast. It's literally 300 pages. So I'm excited to read that, to be fair. And then the second one, Hayley Pham actually mentioned this on her YouTube, and this is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. First of all, Hayley Pham loved it. She thought it was really good. She gave it 5 stars when she originally first read it. It was one of the best she'd read. She said she went on to Goodreads to like rate it, and everyone was saying how they thought it was really predictable and not even that good. So she was quite shocked by that. A lot of people said the same about Verity, which I have read by Colleen Hoover, and I didn't guess it and I thought it was really good. So hopefully I also like this as well. The only reason why I haven't picked it up yet is because every time I go to pick it up, I look at the font and the text is so small. What I do like though is that the chapter 1, I don't know if it's every chapter. Oh yeah, every chapter or like has this little artwork, which I think is so cute. I'm like, okay, slay. Kind of ate that though. If anyone's got any good thriller recommendations, let me know. I did read The Institute last year by Stephen King. That was one of the first thrillers I'd read and I did not like it. This one is something that I feel like most readers like to get into and dip into at some point. I want to read more classics. Obviously I read a few in school, but on your own terms, it's a whole new experience when you actually get to indulge and enjoy it. I actually really quite liked Inspector Calls in school, which is, I feel like most people do, to be fair. On that note, I want to read Pride and Prejudice. If I could speak, or me and start. I want to read Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice. I actually don't know how to say the word. I actually don't know how to say it. I've never had to say it out loud before. I'm also excited to hold a classic, like, and actually read it, like, because they're so floppy and they're so satisfying to read. I also really wanted to read Great Gatsby, but I couldn't find it. And I'm pretty sure it's quite a big feminist like vibe in it. I know nothing about it, which is actually kind of embarrassing to say out loud, but this year is the year I learn. And then this one isn't a classic, but in the terms of it being quite popular, I've kind of put it with the classics, and that is Where the Crawdads Sing. I feel like it's not going to be something that I'm that interested in, but just for the purpose of saying that I have read it and I know what it's about, I do want to read it so I can just discuss it, sort of thing. It is a pretty cover as well though, so I'll give them that. Oh, At Once a Murder Mystery, a coming-of-age narrative and a celebration of nature. Well, I love nature, and murder mystery can be quite intriguing, so I think it's going to be a pretty good book. I've now got a bunch of series in my hands that I'm going to discuss with you. I want to start Fourth Wing. This book is absolutely beat. One of my dogs got into it, but also I got it on Depop anyway. I honestly can't believe I haven't read this book. If you don't know, it's a really popular fantasy series. I'm excited to be part of this club and this world because I just know I'm going to like it because I love a fantasy. This is massively popular on TikTok at the minute. This is the Chestnut Spring series and it has 5 books, I believe. This is a standalone series, so you can read all the books individually, but they also do link up as well. I'm not big on romance books, but I honestly just found them all in the charity shop and I picked them up for the fact that they were £1 each. And I thought, you know what, it must be a sign. I must love it. I want to know what it's about. I want to know what the vibes are. I want to know what the hype's about. I'm always up for a little surprise. I'm always up for a good time. And then last but not least for series, I've only read the first Shatter Me, so it's only right that I finished them. If you saw my video where what did I do? I read books based off my 5-star reads. Ding! I did not enjoy the first one that much. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. It was good. But I do want to finish the series. One, because I already own it, but also because it wasn't bad. I can see how it could get better. I also found out that the main male character in the first book isn't the ending male character. So that's really intrigued me how we've managed to go from one man to the next, considering how the last book went. I mean, I am intrigued. You know, she's got me there, she's got me there. This is also a fantasy series. I would definitely say it's more romantasy. It's not that there's little fantasy, it's just that there's a massive romance plot, so it kind of like overtakes it. And then last but not least, I've got 4 standalone books to show you that I want to dive into because this year I didn't get the chance to. I picked this one up in the works purely because of how beautiful the sprayed edge was, and every time I went in there I thought, cool, that's a nice book. Holly Black's read it, a triumph. So we've got Cassandra Clare, Swordcatcher, a massive fucking book. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. 600 pages! 600! Picking up a 600-page book when you have no idea what it's about, you've never read the author, you've heard nothing about it, is dangerous and honestly was a stupid idea. Because why would I ever want to pick up a book that I know nothing about and read 600 pages of it? I don't know. But I'm just honestly, I'm praying for a miracle to happen, and I'm praying that the gods listen, purely because I wanted this on my shelf. Oh, I'm such a silly fucking girl. Although it was £5, which is a bargain. 600 pages. 600 pages. Oh! George R.R. Martin, Everything I Look For in Fantasy. Whoa, if you've got the writer of Hunger Games rating your book, it's a good book. You know what? I think our dreams have been answered because this is going to be a good book. But as long as secret... But as long-kept secrets are uncovered and forbidden attractions blossom, will their discoveries plunge their land into war and nations into chaos? So it's going to be a war book. Fuck! Fuck! That's not what I wanted, but it's fine. I should have read the back. It's fine. This one I saw Sophie Jane talk about, Georgia Richards and Hayley Pham. Tomorrow and Tomorrow by 𝘴𝘰𝘤𝘪𝘢𝘭𝘴. She's stunning. The cover said, hello, story of friendship and rivalry, fame and creativity, betrayal and tragedy, perfect worlds and imperfect ones, and ultimately our need to connect. Everyone gives it a 5 stars, and I'm pretty sure it's quite like, it's like a sad, happy book. People said they've cried, but in a happy sort of crying way. Another big fucking chunky book. Why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. Also, Kingdom of Ash. Can't be asked to get down from the shelf. This is how lazy I am today. I can't even be asked to get down from the fucking shelf for a video. But Kingdom of Ash, I'm on Tower of Dawn right now. It's actually been a good book so far, but like, I need my excitement, and finally I was getting that. I also saw a TikTok about, someone was like, this is the sound that I imagine to be playing when Dorian and Cole, or Kale. I cannot stand by and allow people to call Cole Kale. I don't care if that's what Sarah intended. Kale is a shit name, just call him Cole. It's spelled Cole anyway. And they were like, this is a song that I played when they reunited for the first time. And I was like, bawling. I was like, yeah. And I can't wait to read about them all reuniting again. I'm so excited. Lessons in Chemistry. I stole this book from my mother's shelf, which is why it's hardback, because no way I'm spending money on a hardback, because I hate hardback books. Besides the Paula's book, because that was stunning. Let's have a look at her, shall we? She's a little... It's like, why would you spend money on a hardback just to get the fucking science periodic table? Like, that baffles me, quite frankly. So it says, Elizabeth Sott isn't just teaching women to cook, she's daring them to change the status quo. So the vibes that I'm getting is she has a cooking show, and through doing that and kind of having that independence, she's showing women of this time, because this is in 1960s. She's teaching them just to like do what they want to do, and you don't need to have a husband to be successful in all this. And last but not least, another massive book, and also very, very, very popular Netflix series, Normal People by Sally Rooney. I'm so excited to dive into this. I also can't wait to watch the show, because I've only heard good things about the show too. A story of mutual fascination, friendship and love. It takes us from that first conversation to the years beyond, in the company of 2 people who try to stay apart but find they can't. What am I gonna say? Oh, I'm so tired! I'm kind of getting the vibe it's going to be similar to One Day. And they are all the books that I'm planning to read this year. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you for joining me on today. I love you. Thank you. Bye, bitches.